Many fans have been confused about what's been going on in the recent Superman comic books, where in some comic books Superman seems to be his normal self, and in others he seems to be older and weaker, with greying hair at his temples. Thanks to James Lance, writer at the Superman homepage, we have an explanation of the older Kal-El in recent comic books. With all the recent focus on John Kent in the news lately, it's easy to forget that his father, Clark Kal-El, is still in full force in his own adventures. Now, there are most likely new and established readers who have been befuddled by Clark's getting older in DC's comics pages. A more aged Kal in such titles as Future State, Superman Worlds of War, and Superman and the Authority, while recent Action Comics issues and Batman Superman and the Authority Special #1 have shown a younger Superman. This is especially confusing when one reads the aforementioned special after Superman and the Authority #4. Well, superfans, this video will hopefully help make sense of the events in Clark Kent's life that led to his aging and subsequent power loss. We first see a grey-haired Superman in Future State Superman Worlds of War #1 and 2. He looks similar to his counterpart from the Mark Waid and Alex Ross classic Kingdom Come, to the point of even having his S-shield. Readers, myself included, are led to wonder just how much time had passed between the Brian Michael Bendis Superman and Action Comics run and Superman Worlds of War. While this is a valid inquiry, discoveries in Action Comics 1036, which we'll get to shortly, bring forth the possibility that there isn't too large of a gap between that issue and Superman Worlds of War at all. To better understand what I mean, let's look at the chronology of events. We're mainly looking at most of Philip Kennedy Johnson's Superman-related books and Superman and the Authority in order to make this comprehensive without being too lengthy. However, if there is something I missed in this video, do not hesitate to comment or send a message via the Superman homepage website. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. If you haven't read the comic books mentioned, do not go past this point in the video. For those that missed it, Action Comics 1036 revealed that Superman had been suffering from radiation poisoning since being injured by extraterrestrial invaders in Superman #29 and Action Comics 1029's The Golden Age. In fact, Clark is seen bleeding in that serial. Energy from a rift in space, which was opened by Star Labs and studied by Amanda Waller, affects his Kryptonian cells. Yet John Kent is immune to it. Warworld Rising in Action Comics 1030 to Action Comics 1035 and The One Who Fell, Superman #30 to Superman #32, do not discuss Kal-El's illness, but I do have a theory regarding this. We'll discuss that later. Moving on to Grant Morrison's and Mikel Yannen's Superman and the Authority miniseries, we see a grey-haired Superman with the Kingdom Come S-shield whose power levels are not what they were. As with Worlds of War, we are misled to believe a lot of time has passed. Clark recruits various costumed adventurers, including Manchester Black, Enchantress, Apollo, Midnighter, and Nat Irons, for a new team after the Justice League refuses to go with him to Warworld. This ragtag group is a new incarnation of Wildstorm's The Authority. After banding together, they must work with Batman to stop a dark multiverse invasion while preparing for their trip to Warworld, in Batman Superman The Authority Special, where we see a young and strong Superman. Superman and the Authority leave for Warworld after they helped Batman. Action Comics 1036 shows them arrive on Mongul's planet, and the ruse of a young and powerful Superman is lifted, revealing an aged Man of Steel. The magic of the Enchantress and Manchester Black's mental trickery aid Clark in making those around him believe he is at full strength. That part was revealed in Action Comics 1036. Superman has to be seen as a symbol of hope and strength for the universe, if not the multiverse. Therefore, it's not out of the realms of possibility that he kept the poisoning a secret from most of the world. Think about it. If villains like Lex Luthor or Brainiac knew the truth, they'd exploit it as Ultra-Humanite attempted to do in the latter half of Superman and the Authority. If other heroes in the general public see a weakened Superman, they lose hope. Still, in spite of everything, he felt the need to free Warworld's warrior slaves. Before concluding this, I'd like to give a possible reading order of recent Superman comics relating to Clark's changes. This is just one interpretation, and we're willing to give other chronologies a chance. So to start with, you're looking for The Golden Age, which is in Superman #29 and Action Comics 1029. This gets events started as the rift energy released by Star Labs affects Kal-El's cells. John is immune, perhaps because he is half human. Then you move on to Superman and the Authority #1 to 4. Superman needs a team he can trust with the secret of his illness, and who's willing to do what the Justice League isn't willing to do. Zatanna, Dr. Fate, and other DC mages are too close to the rest of the League. This is why he needs Enchantress and Manchester Black for the illusion of health, not just on Warworld, but also in the presence of other heroes on Earth. I feel like Clark needed to do this right after the Golden Age story. Then you move on to Warworld Rising, which you can read in Action Comics 1030 to 1035. The Healthy Superman guise begins as this story leads to his mission of liberating Warworld from Mongul's iron hand. Then you move on to Batman Superman The Authority Special number 1. Superman in his healthy guise and the Authority are preparing to leave Earth when Batman asks for their help in fighting villains from the Dark Multiverse. Then in Action Comics 1036, the Warworld saga begins and the magical and psychic trickery is removed by Mongul's minions, revealing how weak Superman really is. This does not stop him from continuing his mission to free Warworld. Future State Superman Worlds of War number 1 and 2. At this point it's uncertain how much time has passed since Superman and the Authority arrived on Warworld. However, we're willing to bet that it hasn't been that long. We'll most likely see how true this theory is as the Warworld saga progresses. We see the aged Superman in the battle arena throughout this series. As of this video, we haven't really seen the full story about how Superman got older and weaker as a result of the radiation poisoning. Could it be similar to kryptonite? It could explain why it didn't harm John. What's Amanda Waller's interest in the energy from the rifts in the Golden Age story? Will Kal-El survive this mission to liberate Warworld? What is the source of the rift's radiation? How long will their effects last? These are just a few of the questions we hope are answered in chapters of the Warworld saga. Whatever happens, regardless, we'll all be reading Superman's comic books, as I'm sure you all will, and we can all hope for the best for our favourite Caped Wonder. Thanks again to James Lance for the wonderful research and the article published at supermanhomepage.com.